Hi everybody, how is going? This is a rapid game I'm reporting today. It's featuring Benoni Gambit accepted, and it is a rapid game I played in a club championship a few days ago. My opponent is a good player. Okay, so far everything is the standard, like e4, c5 can accepts, and then bishop wants to take the pawn. Another idea here is just play queen check and take back the pawn. But we went the main line up to here, and then we both deviated quickly from the main line. My opponent plays e5, knight e4, attacking bishop. No, there are two lines. There is actually one line. Let's say there is only, no, I guess, only f6 is played in standard games because after something like that, we can say check and get back the bishop. Otherwise, if knight goes here and says check, we just take and we develop more pieces than black. As a black than white. Therefore, but this is the main line. I didn't play it. At first, I check to provoke a weakness. Since at this moment, if my opponent plays bishop to uh, pre the check, I can take it, and it's not a good position for white. Move the knight several times, or even if queen moves is even worse than that because I develop with tempo. Therefore, it pushes the pawn and this provokes a weakness. Now I go back, my opponent says check and we exchange. Of course, I don't like to see that to move my king, I exchange. After that, I say that okay, shall we exchange queens? My opponent says no. I say okay, I will defend my queen since I want to develop the other knight as well. And he develops one knight, so I can't move. And I did a calm developing move, yes, knight f6. This moment, my opponent waited quite a while and played knight d2. Let's see what is wrong with this innocent looking castle. First of all, I go d4, knight d4. After some exchange, I'm attacking the f2 pawn, of course, and saying that I want to fork your rooks. Therefore, what my opponent is doing is defending the f2 pawn. Knight goes in and says that okay, I want to take the bishop first and then take the, oh, there is a consumption here. Then take the f2 pawn, and you should get rid of this nasty fork. After that, this is the position arrives after this exchange, and white has three pawn island, and uh, it is a bad position for white. It's clearly bad for white, and this wasn't what my opponent wants to see after all. Therefore, he played knight d2, and I attack the bishop and say that okay, either give me d6 square or give me the bishop. And he accepts to give up the bishop. This I take. At this moment, engine says to push, but I just cancel. Okay, let's see what is strange with pushing because it comes in and says check, and this is a nasty situation. Here for black, of course, here black cannot take this pawn since I can push that pawn and attack the queen. And after queen goes somewhere, let's say defend the knight, we will win the knight eventually because there is no way to escape. And okay, sorry, there is a construction work here. I don't know why today is Saturday they do that. Okay, so this is of course better for black, but black is not necessary, doesn't need to do that. It can just retrieve the knight, and sorry, white doesn't need to do that and can retrieve the knight. But at this position, okay, it sounds quite strange for black. Like your king is stuck in center, queen comes to b7. Of course, engine says that it is zero, it is equalized, but we are not engine and this is a rapid game. It's not easy to evaluate it that fast, especially king is in the center, queens are in. So therefore, I didn't want to go for this. I said, okay, you can put your knight on d6 and block the play, but instead I play a castle and put my king in a safe place. Uh, and at this point, I played b6. Engine says b5. The b5 is the main theme of today, but I also thought about something like that, but this is not useful because it just simply defends the knight and my pawn structure is bad. So I played b6 and I didn't play b5 directly because I had some plan. We will see quickly. e4, I want to exchange my worst possible piece. What is the worst possible piece? Is bishop at c8. Rook comes in and I develop bishop. Note that my opponent cannot play some fancy move too, for example. Oh, sorry, it was previous move, so here. It cannot play some fancy move like this to take my rook because after I take, this rook is defended with a knight. So he played this move sequence and I exchanged my worst piece with his one of the best pieces. And his bishop hops in. At this moment, he thinks that okay, my bishop is in perfect place, prevents the other rook to come to c8, and I cannot use half open file. Apparently, bishop and a6 is a old force. Okay, and further tries to block my pass. Again, at this moment, I thought about this move, but this is again is not good because yeah, I also thought about such things, but then I can just simply save the rook, and that's I just destroyed my pawn structure. Okay, but the main theme of today is this move b5. Now his bishop is somewhat trapped. If he plays some move like I don't know, this one I just take, and I'm attacking to the b pawn. And I'm up a clear pawn at this moment. If you don't take, like if you go something castle, I take the pawn. If you defend that pawn, I just destroy his pawn structure, and then it is quite a dangerous position for him. I mean, the engine even says that just take the pawn with the queen, because otherwise you go in and there is a no way to survive. Okay, instead my opponent castles. No, sorry. What happened here is that my opponent played queen d2. What was the idea here? We both blundered here. My opponent said that if you play rook b6 to capture my bishop, I take your pawn, and after you escape, I take this pawn and save the bishop. But I also calculated the same thing. But the point is that if you take that pawn, I just simply take the rook. So this was a blunder that we both made, and I defended that pawn. He then pushed to my pawn to attack this pawn, and I went. I first take, and then I went in with the knight. I went in with the knight. There is only one good move for white to play: queen d4. You will soon see why. But this wasn't the move that was played by my opponent. Again, at this position, and you suggest just take, because then after that I'm up a clear pawn, up two clear pawn, let's say, because after such exchange we have a very good position for black. But I didn't go for that. I was afraid of round backrank mates, I believe. Instead, I just played a simple move knight in and taking this pawn. Okay, no, I'm up a clear pawn. I'm saying a clear pawn because the c pawn is really weak. Okay, so I don't count on that. And at this moment, my opponent blundered played rook b8 pawn because After knight goes back, the rook doesn't have much places except going to d1, since if, for example, if goes for exchange, then I'm threatening to checkmate. And for example, if some stupid move like this is a checkmate. So my opponent panicked at this moment actually and played rook b7, and I just simply take the first rook and I take the bishop. Bishop should go back, otherwise loses a complete bishop. And at this moment, basically, I can play any move. Any move is good. I take, he takes, I take back, he takes, and then again I can play any move. Anything is good. Like I played this pawn takes because after, but no, I'm up 2 pawns, clear to clear pawns. After this check, oops. After this check, my opponent panicked and went backward. If it was coming forward, this was again difficult for him to play. Like, I'm sorry. If it was coming in, then again I could have attacked to my opponent like that and get advantage of his exposed king. Doesn't have many places to go. And this is a very dangerous situation. Two strong pieces are attacking the king. So he panicked, went backward, and also he didn't have much time. I played queen there, and this is the end of the game. Here my opponent resigned, but if we have some continuation like that, like he has one or two checks, and then after that he should move the king, otherwise it is a checkmate. And then this is a complete rook up plus couple of pawns. Okay, I hope you enjoyed, and the key move of this game was b5. This was the minority attack actually. 2 against 3 is a minority attack, and I'm saying that okay, my 2 beats your 3, then after all I have more pawns than you. And we have seen that this actually happened. We win pawns here by this minority attack, and then the rest was simple for black to play. Okay, thanks for watching. I will be reporting the rest of these games. See you next